Good afternoon. My name is Sam Burke. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the most widely researched and used supplements in the fitness industry, creatine, and the effects of it on the body. What is creatine? Like I said, it's one of the most researched and used supplements in the fitness industry and just generally out there. It is an organic compound mainly found in the muscles and brains of vertebrates, meaning just animals without a backbone, including humans. Is naturally made in our body using 3 amino acids or the building blocks of protein. Most people think creatine is just going to magically help them gain muscle mass, but this totally isn't the truth. So what does it do? When you consume creatine, most of it directly goes to your skeletal muscles. Here it is converted to phosphocreatine. This helps in production of adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. As many of you might know, this is the primary energy source for our cells. Think of ATP like the fuel that powers cell functions like muscular contraction and things like mitosis or cellular division. The more ATP available in your muscles, the longer and harder you can train for. Meaning you can push out more reps, lift heavier weights, or sustain a higher intensity exercise for longer periods. When working out, an individual is creating micro tears in their muscles, and in the recovery phase, the muscles repair these and they come back a little bit bigger and stronger. With more ATP in the muscles can heal a little bit easier, resulting in shorter recovery time, and you can get back to working out a little bit faster. When starting to take creatine, there are 2 routes that you can go. One of them, just straight up take the normal 3 to 5 gram dose for the duration of the time that you're taking creatine for. And the other one is to take 4 times the dose, or around 20 grams for the first week. That's called the loading phase, and then just go back down to 3 to 5 grams after. This helps with getting as much creatine as the muscles can store and drawing as much water into the muscles, helping with recovery. Good sources of creatine are red meat, fish, and you can also take supplements, the most popular being creatine monohydrate. Creatine has a lot more benefits than just for your muscles. It also does a lot for your mind, improving memory, cognitive performance, and has also been shown to boost intelligence and reasoning ability in some older people. Overall, creatine is a safe supplement and has many benefits for athletes. Nothing is better than a healthy diet and staying hydrated, but creatine can help create an environment to help on athletes' success and boosting one's quality of life. Thank you.
21 as the drinking age feels off for people already living adult lives. Dropping the drinking age to 18 would treat adults like adults and tame wild drinking habits. By 18, most people are paying bills, making choices that are going to affect your future, and maybe even risking your whole life in the military. Picture this, you're 19 years old, and you just got home after being on leave, after months of your hard work poured into this country, yet the law slaps a no drinking sticker on you like you're still a kid. And your 21-year-old cousin that still sleeps on your aunt's couch is able to have a drink whenever he wants. This is a rule that doesn't fit, lowering the drinking age to 18, and it lines up. At 18, you can get married, you can start a family, have kids, being responsible for not only your own life, but other humans as well. You can buy your own car and many other things as well, but drinking is where the line is drawn. As if those other responsibilities are less harmful than having a drink when you get home from work. If you're adult enough to sign away your life, you're definitely adult enough for a beer. Keeping the drinking age at 21 doesn't stop the partying. As I'm sure most of you, as well as myself, your first drink was definitely not after you turned 21. It was probably more like when you were in high school. That being said, it doesn't just hide the fact that it's going on, or that being said, it just hides the fact that it is going on. Lowering the drinking age brings this to the light and helps parents create healthy drinking habits and stops teens from sneaking out and drinking or blacking out the first time they have access to alcohol. The problem with the drinking age now is that there is a no tolerance policy until you are let free just to drink and have as much fun as you want. With no experience on how to limit yourself or the dangers of alcohol. The drinking age shouldn't be to stop people from drinking, it should be about creating healthy habits that keep people safe while drinking. Let's take a look around the world. With many countries like Greece and Italy that have the lowest deaths by alcohol of 0.4 of 100,000 people have drinking ages of 18 or no drinking age at all inside the home. It is even uncommon for most people in countries like this to be asked for an ID at any club or bar unless they look way under 18. In Greece, in the home, there is no drinking age. Lowering the drinking age lets young adults sip early, learn limits, and grow up with it. This is because, as stated before, lowering the drinking age brings drinking into the light and helps normalize it. Laws like this, I believe, could help change the drinking dynamic in our country, letting parents teach young adults how to drink responsibly and make it way less cool to drink way too much alcohol and embarrass yourself on the weekend. And many other countries like Spain also has a drinking limit or drinking age of 18, and many people from there say that they don't grow up wanting to drink every weekend and they don't have as many alcoholics as we do in the US. The 21 drinking age babysits adults and brews reckless nights. Lowering it to 18 and we treat grown-ups like grown-ups while taming this chaos. Let's ditch the outdated line, 18's the mark. It's just common sense. Thank you for your time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I want to talk about an issue that affects millions of people around the world, an issue that continues to persist in the workplaces. That issue is the gender wage gap. Now, when we talk about the gender wage gap, what are we really talking about? Simply put, it's the difference in average earnings between men and women in the United States. On average, women earn about 82 cents for every dollar earned by a man. And for women of color, that wage gap is often wider. This is not just a number on a paycheck. This is a reflection of a deeper inequality. This isn't about women not working as hard or not being as qualified. Women are graduating from college at higher rates than men. You might be wondering, why does the wage gap still exist? There's no single answer, but it comes down to a few key factors. First, there's occupational segregation. Some fields that are traditionally dominated by women, like teaching or caregiving, are often paid less than male-dominated fields like tech and finance. Over on my board, there are some statistics of earnings to percentage of male or female in that job. For example, 77% of teachers are females, and the starting salary is around $40,000. For a mechanical engineer, they are 91% male, and the starting salary is around $65K. And the pattern continues on in almost every job on the board. Then there is the motherhood penalty. Studies show that women who become mothers are often perceived as less committed to their jobs and are less likely to be promoted or given raises. Meanwhile, men who become fathers actually benefit from a fatherhood bonus. The time they are able to put in, putting them ahead, while women have to take time off to work time off of work to give birth or take care of a family member or child at home. This is what shapes how women are viewed in the workplace. Research shows that when identical resumes are submitted with male and female names, the male applicants are more likely to be hired and offered higher pay. Now, some people argue that the gap exists because of personal choices like choosing lower paying jobs or working fewer hours. But the truth is, those choices are often shaped by systemic barriers. Women may work fewer hours because they're taking care of children or family members at home. This is unpaid labor that our society heavily relies on but rarely values. Now you might be thinking, isn't there a law against this? There is, and it's called the Equal Pay Act of 1963. This law was made to make it illegal to pay men and women differently for doing the same job. It was a big step forward at the time, but here's the thing. A law on paper doesn't always mean justice in reality. The Equal Pay Act helped raise awareness, but enforcement has been weak. And loopholes still exist. Employers can justify pay difference using reasons like experience or negotiation, but even when those reasons are applied unfairly. That's why the gap hasn't closed, because the law needs to be strengthened and properly enforced. How can we fix this issue? One of the biggest steps we can take is supporting women who become mothers. Right now, too many women are forced to choose between starting a family and staying on track in their career. Let's create a better system, one that includes paid maternity leave, job security, and a clear path back into the workforce after childbirth. If we truly value families, we have to support the people who make them possible. But addressing the wage gap also means helping women get into higher paying career fields. Too often, women are funneled into lower wage jobs because of outdated expectations or lack of access to opportunities. We need to encourage and support women to pursue careers in engineering, finance, tech, and medicine. Also, other industries that offer greater earning potential and long-term growth. Let's give them the tools, mentorship, and education to break into these fields and help make those spaces more inclusive so that they can stay, thrive. So let's work towards a world where mothers are supported, women are empowered to pursue the careers they want, and everyone has a fair shot at success. Thank you. My questions are, what can workplaces do better to support new mothers returning to work? What are some common myths or misunderstandings about the gender wage gap? And what can we as students, future professionals, or leaders do now to make a difference? Thank you.